How's it going, everyone? So today we're gonna make a secondary pond filter, just kind of a budget type thing out of an old pillow, some sponges. I got some aquarium supplies from a filter set that was inside. Use that. And I got this Rubbermaid tote that we're gonna drill some holes in and hook that hose up with that pond pump. So yeah, hopefully try and get that thing not so green. I'll let it sit for a couple days continuously running and kind of do a day-by-day progression to see how this little filter does. All right. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna drill a couple holes right here to kind of get the water to come back out. And the way I want it to sit, it's gotta come into the pond nicely without running and dripping into other stuff. So we're gonna use this step up bit. Hopefully it doesn't destroy everything. Worked pretty well. You don't need the holes too big. You just need a couple of holes to kind of help with getting the water back out. Clean out the burrs on the inside. Okay. And then what we're gonna do, because of how this is gonna sit, we're actually gonna drill a hole up near the top for this hose to fit in. So let's drill that hole. I'm gonna kind of put that right in here somewhere, and hopefully it stays. I don't really want to drill a hole in the lid, because then I gotta fight with it. Let's see how big. Okay, so we need a decent size hole. See if that'll fit it kind of snug. So don't. Oh, perfect. All right, so there's our holes. Let's clean up the inside of this one. My trigger decided to just stop working. Frickin' Ryobi. All right, I'm gonna kind of build this filter up. This is all an experiment. Just trying different stuff to see what I can do to get this pond a little cleaner with adding as little amount of chemicals as possible. So we're gonna just kind of cram these in here. I might have to cut them. And it looks like we're gonna have to cut them a little bit here or just shove it in there, make it a tight squeeze. We'll just do that and then put this filter somewhere. He'll be good. Okay. Then we need to take a pillow that's covered in all kinds of shenanigans, but it's all right. We can pull all that off and pull it apart. Let's get some cleaner material here. Get rid of all the nasty stuff. Okay. So I'm gonna kind of stuff that in there and let it sit in there. Fluff it all out-ish. I'm gonna kind of add these in here I'm not really gonna probably do too much, but we'll see. And we got some of those to kind of add to everything, and then So we're gonna try and angle this towards the hose, towards, you know, everything. Okay, set him aside for the moment. Then we're gonna grab our pond pump. It's an old pump that I had, but it still works pretty good. And of course, the pipe's a little too big, but we're gonna sit here with some zip ties and cinch the crap out of them, hopefully. If not, then I might have to try and find something else to get them tighter. But I think, nope, it's not gonna get them that tight. I might need some pliers. Nope. All right, I'll be right back. All right, well, couldn't find what I was looking for, but I got some needle nose. That should do the trick I needed to do. We'll see. Got a little tighter. I have a fancy zip tie gun somewhere, but I can't seem to find it. It has left. And the chickens are all laughing at me right now. Now that worked. All right, let's add another one for good measure. With the end going the opposite way. Oh, that's something pretty good. Perfect. Now, I can just fit in that hole. All right, let's point you guys over towards the pond. And we'll actually I'll drag you guys along with so you can kind of see what's going on here. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this with our holes that are on this side, line it up with the slit in our bridge, and then we're gonna take, let's see, let's set you guys up somewhere so you can see kind of what's going on. Let's see. All right. Okay. Well, let's hope this cam don't jump in the pond. Okay. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna undo this tangled mess. Or actually, we're gonna grab another zip tie to kind of help hold this in place here. We're gonna drop our wonderful pond pump down and in. Point this towards everything, like what we want. I'm gonna put a zip tie on it. Hopefully you guys are able to see what's kind of going on. I might try and move this around a little bit to where it sits differently. It sits over here. There we go, makes it float. All right. Now let's take you guys again. We're gonna kind of come over here. We're gonna grab our cord end, and we're gonna undo this mess over here. I still really gotta add an outlet to this shenanigans, so that way I can do this a lot easier. All right, you're coming along with the ride. Okay, and then I'm gonna set you guys up again, because I'll need two hands. There ain't no way I'm plugging this thing in one-handed. And I'm gonna plug this in right here. Everything's still on. Come back over here, and it's just gonna sit there and pull water from somewhere over there. and kind of just run it through this filter stuff. And it's working almost a little better than what I thought it would. Let's step over it. And it's just puking out the hole, so I mean, I might have to mess with this a little bit, but my sponges not quite doing what it needs to, but it might do what it needs to keep the pond clean. Oh no, except it's doing what I didn't want it to do. I gotta move you guys a little bit. Okay, there we go. There. So we got a little secondary filter to hopefully help clean everything. And it's got some charcoal packs in there to help with everything. It's got an algae sponge and then some other stuff to hopefully get what we need to and add a little more agitation to this pond and a little bit of cleaning. So yeah, I'll do a day by day with this, so that way you guys can see how it does. Till the next one. Bye.